All right, so following the loss in extra innings yesterday, the A's bounced back today and got a great win over the Tampa Bay Rays by a final score of 4-2. And it was a good game for the A's bullpen. I mean, they held the Rays offense to just 2 runs in the contest. The A's offense in this game, of course, they didn't do as well as the previous 2 games in this series, but it's hard to do so. I mean, given that they scored 13 in the first game and 8 runs in the second game, but I got to give them credit. The A's were able to score 4 runs despite having just 5 hits. So yeah, it was a pretty good game overall for the A's. It was also a pretty good pitching matchup, given that it was, for the A's, they had Frankie Montas, and then they also, for the Rays, they had Shane McClanahan. So it was a pretty good matchup for both teams, and I liked Montas. He did pretty good in this game. And the A's, they tacked on runs early, which is something they've been doing lately, which I'm happy about in this series. I mean, both games, they tacked on runs very early, and tonight, they did so as well in the 3rd inning, which kind of got that offense started, and I'll get into that. So, yeah, Sean Murphy, like I said, got scoring started for the A's. He hit a 3-run homer off McClanahan. McClanahan previously was doing really good in the game, so I was nervous. I'm like, what if the A's offense can't do as well as the previous 2 games? And I mean, yeah, it didn't do as well, but they were able to get that home run off McClanahan, and that made it 3-0. It was a crushed ball by Murphy, pretty much a no-doubter. 2 guys on base already, and there was 2 outs. So it was another 2-out rally. That's something the A's have been good at doing in this series, 2-out rallies. So it made it 3-0 Oakland. Frankie Montas faced Ji-Man Choi, who's been really good in this series, and he hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 4th inning for Tampa, and the Rays got on the board, so it was 3-1 A's at that point. But the A's tacked on an insurance run in the top of the 7th inning with Christian Pache getting an RBI single off Dustin Knight, and it just snuck past the outstretched glove of the Rays infield. And the A's got that other run. It was a nice hit by Pache driving in the run. So it's 4-1 at that point. And then Tampa got another run of Kirby Snead. It was kind of like, honestly, we should have gotten out of that inning. We had 2 outs, 2 guys on base for Tampa, and it was a very kind of like a bloop fly ball to like shallow center field that wasn't caught. In Tampa, they made the game more interesting with that. The Rays made it 4-2. Lou Trevino, who I think is a terrible pitcher for the A's, last season he was very bad, and I don't know why he's still our closer. He almost gave us fans a heart attack again. I mean, facing Wander Franco with 2 men on base and 2 outs. Luckily, on just the first pitch of the at-bat, Franco popped out in foul territory. So the A's did get the win after that, and it was 4-2. But that was 2 men on base in the bottom of the 9th for the Rays. Made me nervous. Whenever Trevino's pitching, it makes me nervous. But the A's get a 4-2 victory, and if they win tomorrow, it's a 4-game series. They will win the series, and it'll be their first series win of the year. I got to give credit, though, to Rays starter Shane McClanahan. He struck out 8 of the 19 batters he faced and only yielded 2 hits over 4 2/3 innings. Of course, he did allow that Sean Murphy home run, but that's where 3/4 of the A's runs came from. So yeah, the A's get the nice win over the Rays. They've won 2 out of 3 in the series so far, and they're trying to, like I said, go for that series victory. We should have won yesterday, and I won't keep talking about that because it's in the past. But I think the A's could have had the series win already. Given the standings right now, the A's are now tied with the Angels for 2nd place. And the Astros still lead the division. Obviously, standings don't really matter yet, but it is good to just look at them. And looking over ahead, the A's are going to play the Blue Jays after this series, so they'll play one more. It'll be an early morning game for the West Coast people against the Rays tomorrow, and then the Blue Jays for a 3-game set, and then we'll have the Orioles at home. And so that'll be our home opener against the Orioles. The A's, having a lot of East matchups at the beginning of the season. But yeah, the A's win. They move back to 500. They're 3-3, beating the Tampa Bay Rays. Final score 4-2. Good performance by Frankie Montas. The Rays out-hit the A's and left a lot of men on base, but the A's got the win, and that's all that matters. So 4-2 final. And so let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go A's.